onye gwa m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'iji pụta wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị ichi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụ ikuni ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkwa ha nsọ gị na-asị na emeghị ichi ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị ise
You see, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you, everyone. I greet you all. My name is Raphael Chiamaka Jere. By the grace of God, I am the Acting Minister of Information, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Sorry.
Ejiofor was the eye
of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB.
All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hopefully will not waste further time, so much time. I want to address this shameless zoo agent called Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Because if my prime minister was out right now, my prime minister would have given him a double blow so that he would remember where he belongs, actually. So right now, as we speak, a few hours ago or some, when did he make this his post? That was yesterday. Yesterday, this shameless zoo agent who has been busted and casted came back again, resurfaced again, and he thinks he can mock the eloquent, legal luminaries that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have around him. People like Aloy Ejimako, who has won several cases for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ejiofor have not won anything for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not even one. Not even one. And anything Ejiofor was even using or trying to use was the brain of Aloy Ejimako. The subject of extraordinary rendition came from Aloy Ejimako, not Ejiofor. Remember, Ejiofor was part of the instruments that Nigeria government used to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. How many of you remember that this shameless Ejiofor was bragging from the word go that he has evidence against Nigeria, that he has CCTV against Nigeria? This shameless bagger should keep his mouth shut and go and hide his face in shame, or go and join Akwa Kotuwarake and join some of the losers that he has as friends. Ejiofor, who masterminded the unaliving of our generals in the ESN. Ejiofor, who masterminded the unaliving of the spiritual doctor that ESN has. I've forgotten the name of that man, that spiritual strong man. Ejiofor masterminded the unaliving of that man. There's nothing we do not know about this shameless Ejiofor. For Ejiofor to come and write, I'm going to go through his lengthy write-up, trying to make a mess or talking rubbish about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case and talking down on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. And funny enough, Uchechi, the shameless so-called wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was very quick to go and make a comment on that Ejiofor's post, because she's a shameless woman, a shameless Delilah, whose husband has been going through all these things. I know she has been making posts, but for the sake of collectiveness, for us to join together and do things, I even had to even make share some of the posts she made. It's not because I support her. I know that she's a useless woman. Because if Uchechi was a human being, or maybe she's still Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, you won't look for her. She will be somewhere close to Emmanuel Kanu and the rest of them in that courtroom. Did any one of you see her even once in that courtroom? Did she go there? No, she didn't go there. You know why? Because she's working with Ejiofor. Because Delilah Uchechi is working with Ejiofor, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and the late Ifeanyi Oba. They're all birds of the same feathers. Now, let me go to what Ejiofor wrote. So, if we have time, maybe I'll put up a link if there's anybody that want to come and debunk it. But I will just read it and make some comments. And if I go to the comment section and see what Uchechi wrote, if she has not deleted it, then I will see what we can say about that. Let me quickly bring up that post from Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Yes, even though you blocked me, I tried to copy it and share it on my page. I could not share it because the shameless, useless lawyer blocked me. So, but thank God for Twitter. Even if you block someone, the person can still open the post. Yes, I can still open the post even if he blocked me. So let's go. Let's see the post from the useless idiot. Very useless idiot. You know, look at it. Ifeanyi Ejiofor has blocked you. Hope you guys have seen it. ask the idiot, what do I have with him that he's blocking me? I'm not fair. Even though he blocked me, I can still read what he wrote. Now, he made this post yesterday on the 22nd. He said, Nnamdi Kanu's avoidable ordeal. How amateur legal showmen led a high-profile case into a judicial ambush. The people he's calling amateur are Aloy Ejimako, who has won the case in Umuahia for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, won the case in Enugu for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and won other cases for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask this shameless Ejiofor to show you what he won. When he came out and told you people, done and dusted, did he win anything? The answer was no. The answer was no. He didn't win anything. When the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got, you know, the win from the appeal court, it was not Ejiofor. I think it was Michael Zokeme. It wasn't Ejiofor. It wasn't Ejiofor. Okay, so let's read this. When justice became a performance, you are going to see all the nonsense he wrote here with his useless grammar. When justice became a performance, the tragic consequence of turning Nnamdi Kanu's trial into content. Can you imagine what he's saying? Okay. I had genuinely intended, out of sheer exhaustion and out of respect for the sanctity of this moment, to refrain from revisiting this saga. But he's calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case saga. But the avalanche of calls, messages, and trembling voices from our people has made silence no longer an option. Which people are calling you? The only person that will be calling Ejiofor are the useless, shameless DOS members. They're the ones that will be calling Ejiofor. No other person. No person in his right mind. No person following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who knows very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacked Ejiofor. The first thing you ask yourself, why would Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sack Ejiofor if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was going well under Ejiofor? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would not have sacked him. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacked Ejiofor, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not being brought to court. Every time they tell us he's coming to court, the next thing they will say he didn't come, or there will be soldiers everywhere. And even when they bring him to court, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not say anything. He will not. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not say anything. Okay? No, I know what I'm saying, my brother. I know what I'm saying. He said, my brother, let's forget about what Uchechi wrote. The way you are insulting this woman, man, is really not okay. He said, let's forget about what Uchechi wrote. You are a sick person. How can you be coming? I thought you had something to say. I thought you had something to say, but I won't allow you to distract me. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was still going on under Ejiofor, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never speak in the court. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacked Ejiofor, that was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was now able to gallantly defend his case in the court. And the first thing Ejiofor said was that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed abomination, that it was an abomination, abominable, and all those nonsense. And he was the only one that had that opinion. It was only Ejiofor that had that useless opinion. So many senior advocates of Nigeria, so many people that had high, ratings in the legal profession, none of them had anything negative to say about it. Only Ifeanyi Ejiofor, he's the one that said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed abomination by speaking up to defend himself when him, Ejiofor, have not been able to stand up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now he's saying he had an avalanche of calls, messages, and trembling. Anybody that calls Ejiofor after this case, it shows that that person is not on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because as far as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is concerned, Ejiofor has been sidelined. Ejiofor does not matter anymore. Ejiofor is no longer important. Ejiofor has been relinquished of his services. Ejiofor is no longer needed. So why would anybody thinking of who to call be calling Ejiofor if not that that person is against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have relieved Ejiofor of his duties. If there's anybody will call, it will be either lawyer Jimako or Maxwell or any of the other lawyers, not Ejiofor. Why are you calling Ejiofor, who is sacked? He said, avalanche of calls, messages, and trembling voices from our people. Which people? Show me the person that called you Ejiofor, and I will show you a Sabo. Just show me the number of the person that called you. I can swear with anything in this life. I will show you that that person is a Sabo. It's either that person is on the side of China Sanworu or is on the side of Chike Doziem, who already are no longer with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nonsense. Look at him writing. I am therefore compelled to offer sober introspection, especially as someone who successfully stirred this very case for nearly a decade with no result, with nothing to show for it, with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being locked down, with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being muzzled, never able to say anything for over a decade. Securing landmark victories where the first time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got his victory, it was not for you. You are not the one that did it. It was a pressure that people like Tompolo and the rest of them mounted on the Nigerian government. And the Nigerian government had no choice but to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail. A bail that they granted and they destroyed when they tried to kill him in his house and he escaped. Landmark victories by foot. Which victory did you get? No victory. You didn't get any victory from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unassailable legal milestone, man, and enduring a long trail of threats, assassination attempts, and brushes with death. Ask this man to show you evidence of all these things he's talking about. You will see that everything of this assassination attempt, all these things, are the games he did with Mazi, with Nigeria government, with DSS and DOS, all their game plans. Through all of this, grace remained my only constant protection. However, after Thursday's spectacle, correcting the wild conjectures, poorly manufactured narratives, and brazen misinformation now circulating like a digital epidemic has become absolutely necessary. The first revelation, they won't tell you. Okay, you see, the only reason why Ejiofor is coming out now is to try to make himself relevant again, or try to boost his ego, or try to make people feel that he was right, or try to make people feel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was wrong in firing him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a man. He's a spiritual man, a man with wisdom, with the mind of God. A man with wisdom, with the mind of God, with the spirit of Okike. That's the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fired this shameless man. Fired this shameless man because the man worth nothing to him. So all these things Ejiofor is doing, Ejiofor is only doing it because he wants to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, make the people see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't have fired me. He was wrong in firing me. I was the best person for him. It's a lie. You were never the best person for him. You were working with the Nigerian government. You were working with DSS. You were the eye of Nigeria government inside IPOB. Our prime minister busted you, exposed you completely. Ejiofor, you, don't you know what happened to Mbochi? I was trying to remember the name of that strong, powerful man. Mbochi, when you people planned with DSS and went and took the life of Mbochi, which I don't even know whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is aware of it up to now. Ejiofor. He said, during the period our team handled this matter from 2015 to December 2024, up until Professor Mike Ozakame SAN assumed the leadership of the legal team in 2022. We were on the threshold of securing yet another major relief for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, particularly after the Court of Appeal discharged and acquitted him in 2022 under the auspices of senior advocate Mike Ozakame. Sustained pressure, strategic diplomacy, and airtight legal maneuvering had placed us on the verge of another monumental breakthrough. Akoko. Regrettably, certain sensitive details of this progress were perhaps innocently disclosed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to some of these clueless clowns. Look at the names. Look at how he's insulting. He's now insulting the men that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to stand with him. Very honest men, very intelligent men, very, very powerful men, men of honor and dignity. Barrister Maxwell, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, and the rest of them, men of honor. He's calling them clueless clowns. Ejiofor, if you had a clue and you were not a clown, why did you not know that what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was called extraordinary rendition? If not that Aloy Ejimako brought it up and made everyone know about it, what did you know? Did you know anything about that? Then who is now the clueless clown? Now he continues. Rather than support a strategy they barely understood, they seized the information as an opportunity to derail the entire process and treacherously, look at him, he's insulted them, and treacherously orchestrated a change in the status quo. Ejiofor is bemoaning his misery. Ejiofor, you will see how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will conquer these demons. And the day he conquers these demons, he will come out and tell us how you, Ejiofor, you betrayed him. The day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will conquer these demonic zoo demons, he will tell us how you betrayed him. You are now crying that they changed the status quo. He said, consequently, we exited the team gloriously and with our integrity tight. Shut up your mouth. Integrity, my foot. You that was seen, gallivanting all over the place and working with some treacherous and shameless people, some God-forsaken people. We are seeing you on social media now. I don't want to mention names of people. I'm not fear. Now he says, let us speak plainly. A high-profile, internationally sensitive criminal trial is not a circus ring. Okay. Now, now what Ejiofor is doing, he's trying to pour sansan everywhere and to cause confusion everywhere and to make even the Nigeria court, those shameless, evil people, see that what they did, they want to justify themselves. Ejiofor is trying to justify that particular verdict. Ejiofor is trying to validate that ungodly verdict. That's why he's coming out to write this. Ejiofor is trying to put a stamp on the zoo's verdict on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not, he will not come here insulting these lawyers. Now, you were relieved of your duties. As a man, if you are truly a man of integrity, as they relieved you of your duties, if you are truly a man that loved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and loved the interests of Biafra, they relieved you of your duties. and then something like this happened. Are you supposed to come out now and be insulting these lawyers and be making caricature of this case and be casting all this aspersion on these people if you are a man of intelligence, if you meant well? If you meant well, what would you have done? If there's anything they didn't get right, what would you have done? You would have come and said, this is what we have done. This is what they would have done. This is what they would have done. Not for you to be telling us what they did wrong. Not for you to be telling us that they were clueless and they were clowns, insulting them. I have never seen anywhere any of these lawyers insulted you. I've never seen anywhere they mentioned your name. A lawyer Jimako never have mentioned your name. Mazi Maxwell and the rest of the lawyers, they have never mentioned your name. Never. They've not insulted you. You have kept on casting aspersion on them, insulting them from one place to the other, going on platforms, joining with Ikengu Ruagu, who is now calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's head. Okay? You are working with people that are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's head. You and Uche Echikanu. Uche Echikanu, I remember you were supporting Ikengu Ruagu at a point. Calling for people, supporting people that were calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's head. And none of you have come to denounce it. None of you have come to debunk that idiot. That God-forsaken demon called Ikengu Ruagu. Have you people debunked him? Have you people denounced him? Have you people rejected him? The answer is no. So it means that you are working with Ikengu Ruagu to destroy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it is obvious that you failed. It's obvious that you failed. Can you imagine? Okay, you have the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at heart. For real, you really want him to succeed. And if there's a mistake the lawyers made, and maybe they didn't get it right, or you that know how to maneuver, why didn't you check how to maneuver? You can reach out to these people. I am very sure, I am very, very sure that if there's any intelligence you want to give to them, they will not reject it. They will not, frown at it. They will take it. The only thing they will do is either to apply it or not to apply it. But now you are coming on social media to insult them. And you say you are talking about content. Who is now making content? These people are busy fighting every day for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maxwell, as we speak right now, is in Sokoto with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother. They're in Sokoto. Unbelievable place where they sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to. And instead of you to address that part, the judgment on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was it the right judgment? Were they correct? What are you supposed to be saying? Ifeanyi Ejiofor, everybody is condemning the Nigerian court, condemning the Yoruba infested courtroom, and their evil and the anger with which they deliver that judgment. And then nobody is seeing it as correct. People that have integrity are condemning it. Instead of you to first of all condemn that wicked judgment, because anybody that they have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's interest at heart, the first thing you will do is to condemn that judgment. Tell everybody that this is a miscarriage of judgment. After all, you will tell them, since you are claiming that you won the cases for him, you will tell the whole world, why on earth will this case change? Did I not win this case before? This is the point we expect from you, you shameless demon. If actually you mean well, what you should be doing now is to be on the sideline, telling the whole world how you won this case at the Court of Appeal. Instead of talking about it, you are now calling it a criminal case, a criminally international case. Can you imagine this nonsense? A case you won in 2022, done and dusted. And now the case that you won, they have now turned it around and used it to cast a verdict of a life sentence on a client that you worked for. And instead of you to come out and say, no, this is a miscarriage of justice. I never expected anything like this to turn. This doesn't happen in the law. How can you overturn the judgment of a court? Set it aside and then you convict that person. No. This is miscarriage of justice. Is that not what Ejiofor is supposed to be saying? If there's anybody that wants to be sympathetic with these goats, tell me on the comment section why I should not blast this idiot of a man. And why I should not also call out Uchechi, who went there and started making comments, instead of telling Ejiofor, this is not the right thing to do. I know she tried to say, that, but that was not her approach. In fact, showing up there even to make comment under that place shows that his connection with Ejiofor. What she would have done is to make a post and tell Ejiofor, you are a disappointment. This is a case you won. This is a case you won together with Ozokeme. Now, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to tell the whole world, give them evidence. After all, you should have the evidence. Give them evidence of how you won that case in 2022. Now, where are those evidence you had? All those CCTV that you had in Kenya. This is the time to bring it out if you have the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at heart. What are you saying? Eh? Let me put my link so that if there's anybody that wants to come in, they can come in quickly, because I may not even waste time in this particular program, because this is not the time for talking about any of these kind of things. This is a time for actually focusing on exposing the zoo. Because Ejiofor, the only reason why I'm visiting this thing now is because Ejiofor is just a clown. Ejiofor is very evil. And because Ejiofor is evil, because Ejiofor is evil, I have to address it. Now let me quickly pin the link. Let me pin the link. Ejiofor has shown vividly that he's appealing to Malami. If you are not appealing to Malami, Ejiofor, what on earth will make you not to come out and tell the whole world that, look, this case, did you not win this case in 2022? Why on earth would this case just switch over all of a sudden and it now becomes a conviction? It now becomes a conviction. Shameless. Look at the news, the breaking news I'm seeing now. They said Nigerians are celebrating that they have rescued the kidnapped girls from Kwara Church. They rescued the kidnapped girls from Kwara Church. Ask Nigeria government how much did they pay? Because those girls, not the girls, anyway, the church members from Kwara State, that they have rescued them, they have brought them back. Now you need to ask Nigeria government how much they paid to those bandits. Because if you say you rescued the people, you rescued the church members that were kidnapped, about 38 of them, and then there is no casualty on your side, there's no casualty on their side, and nobody was arrested. You didn't show us where you arrested anybody. You just rescued people. How did you rescue them? By miracle? How many billions did you pay the terrorists? How many billions were the terrorists paid before those 38 were rescued? Terrorist country. Let me continue. Please, I've put the link on YouTube. Anybody that wants to join me can come up and join us. Let's address this Ejiofor issue and then go over to another thing if we have time. Now, Ejiofor says, let us speak plainly. A high-profile, international, sensitive criminal trial. He is reminding the whole world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal under trial. Just imagine this, Ejiofor. A case that has been won. A case that has been won not only at the appeal court, but at the federal court, and also at the UN. In Enugu, in Umuahia, won. At the federal high courts, in Umuahia and Enugu, won. Now you are here to remind them again that it is a sensitive criminal trial. It's not a circus ring. Can you imagine Ejiofor? Just follow. But once these, now listen to his insult again. But once these bloated, delusional entertainers in wigs, these are his colleagues, so his colleagues, Ejiofor is calling his colleagues bloated, delusional entertainers in wigs. He said, but once these entertainers in wigs inserted themselves into the process, everything degenerated into a grotesque parody of legal representation. Imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine. Instead of crafting legal strategy, they crafted Instagram stories. Just imagine. Just look at Ejiofor. Who on earth doesn't know or haven't seen Ejiofor when Ejiofor appeared in court? How Ejiofor was posing for pictures. Himself and Michael Zokeme. Do you people remember? Did anybody forget how Ejiofor was always rushing to snap pictures with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu? How many of you remember how Ejiofor used to quickly run under the mango tree or under whichever tree to go and talk to Umwekwensu writers? Are you following? So when you see Ejiofor writing this thing, you will see the maliciousness in him, the wickedness in him, the demon in him. Now listen, he said instead of mastering case law, they mastered camera angles. There's no other person that mastered camera angle more than you, Ejiofor. Everybody knows you. And at every court sessions, their priority wasn't research or preparation. It was posing, filming, updating, and grandstanding and going viral. These are exactly what Ejiofor was good at. These are just the modus operandi of Ejiofor. These are what? The modus operandi of Ejiofor. Taking pictures, posting them, snapping in his office, even granting interview, doing this, going up and down. Even when that is not going on, he's showing us how he got an award in the church, how the Knights of Columbus gave him an award, how he won this and that. Shameless idiot. Shameless idiot, Ejiofor. Someone say, no, talk about him again. Could be this. Fake account. Shameless idiot, Ejiofor. Meanwhile, the accused man's fate hung by a thread. Exactly how you wanted it. You wanted his fate to hang on a thread, but rather we knew that the man has won his cases. And if you say his fate hang on a thread, it is because you know that the justice system in Nigeria is a destroyed justice system, and there's no justice system in Nigeria, because if there's a justice system in Nigeria, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's fate shouldn't be hanging on a thread because he won. Yes. And that is where your argument should be, not that his fate was hanging on a thread. Shameless man. The most tragic part of it all. Okay, let's see the most tragic part, that the way he's going to be reporting it now. Even after the court explicitly warned that self-representation in a complex constitutional and criminal matters was dangerous, these consultants encouraged it, clapping like paid spectators in a village arena. Just imagine. Imagine what Ejiofor is saying. Imagine what Ejiofor is saying. Just imagine. This case was going hydra-headed. This case was something that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu law, his lawyers could understand. They were breaking the law. They were doing anyhow. And Mazin Nnamdi Kanu decided to go eat and represent himself. And that was when we started to see the light. In fact, we saw the light, and we were actually expecting that the light will show up at the end of the tunnel. People that believed that there should be a justice system that works never expected that useless outcome, because Mazin Nnamdi Kanu did not say anything wrong, did not do anything wrong. He was defending himself. He defended himself. Okay. Continue. And so the unthinkable happened. The unthinkable happened. A trial that could have been paused or avoided ab initio had the proper methodology and engagement been applied. A trial that could have been paused or avoided ab initio had the proper methodology and engagement been applied. Look at all these things you are doing. If these things were advice, or these things were discussions had with this legal team or with this your Biafran brothers, that will bring a very constructive victory. It is not something you come here and be saying. If actually the trial, there's a possibility of pausing the trial or avoiding it ab initio, that is an argument you should have made with these lawyers or with the people that are concerned, are close to them. But now look at you, shameless man. A conviction that could have been prevented an outcome that was entirely avoidable, yet allowed to proceed under the guidance of legal lightweights. Look at him. He's still claiming, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, are you a legal heavyweight? Intoxicated by social media relevance. Look, exactly his life. He's just exposing himself. They railroaded him, knowingly or unknowingly, into the savage pit of full criminal trial, fully aware that other lawful avenues existed. These are arguments that you should have made with them if you meant well. If you meant well, these are the kind of arguments you would have made with them even before they went further or did anything to get to where they got to. These are arguments you would have made with them. In fact, should you have, is this thing, if this thing meant, if you meant well, if you cried out openly and said these things like this, that they should avoid it, they should stop it, because you were not showing any sign of, avoiding it, ab initio, as he said, or, what did you use here? Or making a pause. You say a trial that could have been paused. If the trial could have been paused, you didn't show any sign that trial could be paused or avoided. You didn't show any sign. You were moving on with it. You were taking on, you were doing it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had no say. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could not even come out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was, denied everything that he should have, or even having a free conversation with his legal team. Everywhere was bugged. Are you not the ones that said it? Were you comfortable with that kind of scenario whereby everywhere was bugged and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could not have a private discussion with you on how he will handle his legal matters? Was that not an issue for you? No, it wouldn't be an issue because you were compromised. And now he begins to say, every lie told outside the courtroom became a landmine inside the courtroom. See, he's now accusing them of lying. Every exaggerated update became a contradiction the prosecution gleefully documented. You see, he is now giving the prosecution is now giving them kudos and is now giving them thumbs up. Every camera stunt became a professional embarrassment. You see, look at you. You are just a shame and a disgrace, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. He said, and now, instead of remorse, they have resumed their post-trial routine. Fresh videos, fresh lies. Look at him. Fresh videos. He's still accusing them of lying. Fresh lies, fresh false hopes, desperate for clicks. Oh, you see, this is why I got angry when I saw the comment of that lady under this post. He said the tragedy continues because the vulnerable still believe them. The greatest puzzle of all. Look at that. Oh my God. How did foremost legal minds, globally respected senior advocates of Nigeria, such as Chief Kanu Agabi, SAN, Chief Onyekachi Ikpeazu, SAN, and other erudite members of the inner bar, men fully versed in the anatomy of high-wire criminal litigation, become disengaged at the most critical moment of the trial, only for mediocres, adventurers, to hijack a matter of international significance and reduce it to a TikTok legal carnival. Just look at Ifeanyi Ejiofor. The initiative that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took under his leading, he's now calling it a TikTok legal carnival. The initiative that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took, knowing fully well that where these people were going, look, there is nothing this legal man would have done that would have avoided Omotosho of arriving where he arrived. And it is better. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu showed us that, look, he can speak and he can expose this particular criminality. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was quiet and very soft and allowed all these legal luminaries, Ejiofor, this shameless Ejiofor is talking about, to continue with all their legal practices and all that, knowing fully well, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the end was going to end this way, it would have been disastrous. Very, very disastrous, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be led to the slaughter just like that. Because this legal men would have accepted it, and then at the end of the day, they will say, okay, we'll go and appeal. But at the end of the day, judgment will be passed. But now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu expose them and telling them, where is the law? Do you think those legal men would have been asking this judge, where is the law that you want to use to judge me? Because they didn't ask those questions earlier. They continue to accommodate all those witnesses and all those things without asking about where is the law. How can you use a repealed law to judge me? Where is the law? It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was asking that question. A question that maybe those senior advocates should have asked. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took the center stage and was now questioning them. Do you understand? So if he had kept quiet, everything would have just gone and Omotosho would just announce it in the presence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and just hand him that judgment, and then they would just lead him away. And nobody would, the world attention will not come to it. At least Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made some noise in the court. The whole world heard his voice. We heard his voice. Everybody now knows Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. No, that deserved that kind of judgment. In fact, the jurisdiction alone, in fact, the rendition also, they were not talking about it. So when you mention this man that you mentioned now, there's no way these men were not going to be able to change what Omotosho was already bought, paid to come and deliver that judgment, because he promised them that he will do it. He told them, I will do what Binta Inyaku could not do. And that's exactly what he did. Okay? Now he asks, who replaces world-class physicians with herbal storytellers during brain surgery? Who replaces strategic diplomacy with reckless grandstanding? Who replaces law with theatrics? Akoko. Only a system already preparing for disaster. Where we go from here? Let me hear what he says about where we go from here. Actually, I'm just reading this thing for the first time. I'm just reading it now. I've not read it before. For any meaningful rescue effort by globally respected legal experts, the first task must be to clean up the monumental damage inflicted by these self-advertising jesters. You are a fool. You are the jester. These guys are doing their job. A comprehensive review of methodology. Now are you asking them to go back and start from afresh? No. Rather, what will happen is that whatever judgment that was passed on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be destroyed, squashed, and cancelled, annulled, null and void, and of no effect. A comprehensive review of methodology, effective engagement after the conviction have been done. I'm warfare. You will be disgraced if I Ejiofor. I'm telling you. Effective engagement and drastically reduced publicity must precede any intervention. Only then can a coherent, sophisticated legal and political strategy be fashioned. You are a fool. Nobody need to hear from you, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. This is not the time for comedy, not the time for inflated egos, and certainly not the time for social media theatrics. Like you do, like you always do, social media mugu. It is time for soberness. It's time for competence. It's time for re-advocacy. Enough is enough. Signed. Anofia. Zu I. Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Zu I. Ifeanyi Ejiofor.
Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes.
Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB.
Thank you. At least I've had enough of him, and that's exactly what I came to do. If there's anybody that has something to say, you can call in. Otherwise, I just go through. Let me go to Twitter and see if the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi can have updates today. But I've seen the updates earlier that lawyer Maxwell is in Sokoto. Lawyer Maxwell is in Sokoto, and he actually has been there since yesterday. So let me see if there is other updates. Before then, if there's anybody that wants to make any comments, please just come in, and the link is there, or you can call. Let me put the number. Let me put my number here in the caption. Okay. Yeah, the number is floating there. The number is floating there. So you can call in, or better still, you come in with the link. Let me check. Okay, hello, Ejima, call. Let me see. Oh, let me show you guys. A minute. Okay, let's see this.
My heart was heavy, and the megonu kwuo ihe mbu n'uche m chọrọ ikwu. George ahụ nwere ike tukwuo m nga iwe dị m n'obi. Believe no, a politician, they are given to diplomatic language, diplomatics, and all that. I'm not giving to that. I saw all the problems na ikpe ahụ ekpe. The ikpe gbakọtara wicked. Ọ bụ na m biri n'ọtọ oge a wee microphone ihe m ga-agwa onye ọkaikpe sie ikpe gị nke a gbakọtara wicked alụ emego. Na nkwuchazie nya o visitzie anga ya iwe ya on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka ọ ga-esi wee dị ekwutere m ya nụnụ. So m consider the consequences of ihe m kwesịrị ikwu. So I deadpanned, but inside me I was boiling. Anyị nwa with legal team nwere suspicion. Every legal team na-enwe intelligence based on assessment of the situation. Otu case nwere ike isi wee ga. Enwe otu case ahụ si na-aga. I now prepare our mind for the worst. We were hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. Oh yeah, ihe mere. So mgbe ahụ worst ahụ bịara ewere onye fenti nọ. Ọ bụ na anyị prepare for the worst, maybe agara m efent. So obi nwoke ka eji wee kwụrụ gịrịgba wee die ndidi ahụ disie ya ike. Words na-enwe consequences, mana ọ bụrụ otu a, before words enwe consequences, ọ ga-enwe word and effect. Kedu effect o nwee? Kedu ihe ọ resọtụrụ into? Ewere onye si na ihe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kwuru mere o ji wee tụọ ofu iche, ofu okwute. Not to talk of na onye ahụ ji maka ya je gbuo mmadụ or commit ihe a na-akpọ act of terrorism. Mmadụ na mmadụ kwuru okwu na London ma na Kenya even agwara anyị ebe ọrụ mee broadcast nwanụ anyị amakwanụ ma enwelu ndị nwa na-akọmit terrorism fanụlụ ya kere ebe o kwuru ya ọ na BBC or maybe n'ịntanet ọ bụ onye ọbụla nwere ịntanet a na-enwe onye bịa forward sị na ihe a Nnamdi Kanu kwuru mere m ji wee je gbuo mmadụ or m ji wee je commit act of terrorism. So all in that situation ka okwu na-enwe consequences. So evidence anọrọ na before the court enwere onye wetere such evidence ọ ya ma ihe m ji wee kwuo na mmadụ adịghị eje nga just merely because of ihe o kwuru n'ọnụ unless enwere overt act ihe lawyers na-akpọ overt act and connection nexus between the overt act and the spoken word ekwesịrị inwe criminal consequences. Well, anyị enwetago ihe a na-akpọ CTC before you may appeal of any judgment ị ga-enwetagoro certified true copy of the judgment nke anyị nweta all the 144 pages almost like a book. So I ga-eji weekend a study anya by Monday or Tuesday I just file a court of appeal file ihe a na-akpọ notice of appeal. Even though na anyị nwere 90 days anyị achọrọ iche 90 days obi dị anyị ọkụ ọ dị anyị ọsịsọ ka anyị jee na the halls of justice jee gbalụ ihe anyị eme ebe anwa and ịma na court of appeal e discharge go Nnamdi Kanu before. So I jee court of appeal ha ga na wonder ka ekwe ihe akpọkwa nwoke abịaghị again ọkwa ya discharge gị since 2022. So somebody has to explain that too. I've always believed that this case the more political than legal. Na-ekwu ya from mbido ihe ji wee webata ya na-eme no legal maybe because no onye Igbo.
Now they are going to the appeal court. So if you listen to all the rubbish Ifeanyi Ejiofor was writing, they begin to ask Ifeanyi Ejiofor what he's talking about. This case has been won at that appeal court. Now, this federal court is asking them to go and appeal, and they are going back to the appeal court where Nnamdi Kanu already won a case. So the fact that Nnamdi Kanu won the case in appeal court, it means that going back to that appeal court is like a joke, because it is appeal court that you go and then everything is settled. Because it's appeal when they bring a court case to appeal court, you win it. It means that any other court cannot even try it again. Because that is a place where the case is appealed. Yes, so when they get there now, the people will even be wondering, what are these people coming here to do again? When they go back to their file at the appeal court, they should have a record there that this case has been discharged and acquitted, and no other court should have been able to try this case. So Ifeanyi Ejiofor, does he not know that? And all this rigmarole he's talking about, these people will be discharged, clean up the room, and all the rubbish he's talking about. In a case he claimed he won at the appeal court. Mazi, please finish off what you are saying, please. Let me make him repeat that again.
The halls of justice. And the court of appeal a discharge go Nnamdi Kanu before. So I just court of appeal ha ga na wonder ka ekwe ihe akpọkwa nwoke abịaghị again ọkwa ya discharge gị since 2022. So somebody has to explain that too.
Yes.
I've always believed that this case the more political than legal. We are from mbido ihe ji wee webata ya na-eme no legal maybe because no onye Igbo ndị nke ọzọ yitebere kwere ya like chairman ndị mieti ala isetele ya politically emesili arrest emesili federal government say happy because ha believe na enwe political something nọ ya nke Sunday Igbo ho the same thing Buhari chụkatara ya ọsọ chụfe ya Niger Benin Republic emesịa onye abata n'ọchịchị mbụ onye Tinubu akwachitie all political settlement bụ ihe nke showerekwa bụkwa the same thing. President of Nigeria onye awa ọga kpatakpata obi n'ihe echi si na okwu a edosigo m ya kpọnụ m Nnamdi Kanu ka anyị kpaa nkata otu Obasanjo si wee kpọọ asarị ha akpọ Ụwazirike ọ Jonathan kpọrọ Ụwazirike ụdị ihe a na-eme Tom Polo ha kwana na all that biko nụ ya na aghọgbu ibie. So all na President Tinubu say I put a stop to this, he will stop.
Now let's go and see our lawyer Maxwell in Sokoto. Barrister Maxwell in Sokoto. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here it is.
My people, this is
Hold on, sir. I don't know whether my people are seeing you. Okay, you're seeing him. Let me see, is this better? Okay, it's also okay like that. Okay, let's listen to him.
my people. This is Sokoto. I've been in this town for the since 2 days now. Today is the 23rd day of November. I came to see Mazen Kano. I have been with him since yesterday, so we have been discussing. So he's in Sokoto Correctional Center here, and what we are asking now is this: somebody whose appeal is in Abuja, and they're putting him in Sokoto. And if you want to file some processes, would the federal government made a private jet available for him to take him to Abuja after filing his process, they take him back. So that is another issue that is giving us concern, because the place of jurisdiction where he's going to do his appeal is in Abuja, and it's on record that all the filings that he has been doing it by himself in Court of Appeal Abuja Division. So there are some things that he needed to file there, including affidavit. He cannot do it. Everybody is frustrated. We are handicapped. So we are now looking for the next line of action on what to do. But meanwhile, at least for the first time, at least I have seen him. He's to confirm that he's in a Sokoto prison here. So I will be leaving to Abuja now. Then thereafter, I'll keep you people updated. Thanks and God bless you. Well done. My people, this is
all right, we've heard him, and he's trying to repeat again. We've heard him. There were Maz. I want us to also listen again to a lawyer Juma call, I think at Shameless TV.
Commit contempt.
Hold on, sir. Okay, I think it's good. It's good like this. You can hear him like this.
Despite other rulings of courts around the country and the international community. So the federal government never had clean hands in this prosecution. That's my concern. My primary concern really was the federal government, not the court. Because the courts lack the jurisdiction to initiate criminal trials except when it commits contempt in the face of the court. But the government, the executive branch, the presidency, the attorney general have to take a case before the court So the aggressive prosecutorial policy towards Mazen Kano was very baffling to me, and I was questioning why. And guess what? I found out why. It is tough being an Igbo man in Nigeria. It's tough for me. Being Igbo in Nigeria is very tough for me. I know what I passed through. I know the opportunities I have lost. So when it comes, I didn't know that this thing could be extrapolated to criminal prosecutions. It was very vicious. The prosecutorial policy levied against Mazen Kano was very vicious, and you had to ask yourself why. Just because of mere broadcasts made from a foreign soil. Are you trying to tell us that if the witch cried at night and the baby died in the morning, is the witch that killed the baby? He made a broadcast, and certain acts of violence was committed, or acts that you term terrorism was committed in the southeast, and you're linking the two. I don't believe there's any nexus, because nobody who committed such acts, you have thousands of alleged IPOB members, alleged ESN members in your detention facilities across Nigeria, including the notorious Wawa barracks in Niger State, where they are tortured, and Tiger Base in Owerri. And none of them, since 2015, has pointed a finger at Mazen Kano despite confessions you obtained under torture. Nobody has said, I attacked a policeman, I attacked anything, I shot somebody because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast. There was no single witness brought to say that. There was no single documentary evidence indicating that. And then you left that aside and you pivoted.
Please don't go anywhere. I have a very powerful video that was made in 2017, a prophetic video concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was made by a very powerful seer, that most of his prophecies, not most of the things he sees ever comes to pass. Some of you might know him when I play the video. You understand? So just hold on. After this one, I'm going to play it, and then after that, we'll call it a night. They will just be patient.
There was no single documentary evidence indicating that. And then you left that aside and you pivoted to NSAS. And you now convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his remarks. Even though some people said incendiary, a lot of people made incendiary remarks during NSAS. Wole Soyinka supported NSAS. Foreigners supported it. Twitter founder Dozie supported it, and they created a very viral hashtag for it. And nobody has ever been convicted of NSAS protest except Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So begin to ask yourself why. The answer is as obvious as it can be. It is tough being an Igbo man in Nigeria, and this is what is fueling the agitation that is at the bedrock of all these things. And you think by jailing him, you know, it's a magic bullet that will solve all these problems? No. I think he's going to create more discontent. I hope that people will remain calm and not resort to self-help. But when a segment of your citizens, a very big segment as Igbos are, some people put our population between 50 and 70 million, if you count those in the diaspora, they're not happy with you. Your alpha males are not happy with you as a country. You talk with them. You don't seek to jail them, or you don't seek to subdue them through the instrumentality of, you know, putting the poster boy for their yearnings and aspirations and angst and discontent in jail for life. It will be tantamount to jailing the entire tribe. So I think the federal government needs to, retool itself, go into a rethinking mood and ask itself some political questions. Not legal. This matter has never been legal. If any, the legal aspect of it was very scintillant, very small. Much of it has quantum political content. So the federal government needs to double back and say, hey, what are we doing here? Maybe this conviction has opened a new opportunity for a political solution.
We'll come to that presently.
Yes.
All right, let me get you the video I talked about. Very important.
And in
okay.
And in that my dream, I saw our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appearing in a country of Benin. How will I put it? I saw our leader appearing in Israel. So as he appeared in Israel, everywhere started shaking with so surprise. He was playing in that my dream. So I now go to him and I ask him, Onyendu, Biko, ogene ke chọrọ ka mme. He now asks me, he now tell me that, Don Prince, my son, The only thing I need from you is stand with truth and stand in Biafra. Stand for your rights. Never you be afraid. Don't betray this cause. The Almighty God, the God of Biafra, Chukwu Okike Abiama, told me that you, Dumplings, is one of the 100 men that we need. So because of this, I started crying, shedding tears. I now tell him, thank you, sir, for believing in me. I will never betray you. Instead of me to betray you, I rather die. And this is the covenant I have made within myself, that I will never betray our leader, Mazen. And I know that the zoo militaries are planning evil day by day to stop the restoration of Biafra, but they can never stop it. So, concerning the question you asked me on my dream, in my dream, I saw, after that our leader, I saw Biafra coming. And as I saw Biafra coming, I saw Nigerian military men killing innocent people. I saw Nigerian military personnel going after villagers, killing people in the village, massacring people. I saw governors supporting them. I saw youth dying. I saw villagers burning. I saw cars burning. I saw war. This war that I saw is exactly what I saw in 2013. This war that I saw is exactly the message that came to me 4 years ago, 2013. The same message appeared to me on that dream. That was last night. So it appeared to me that war is going to be happen. Biafrans is going to raise men. Biafra is going to raise men that they will be called Biafran soldiers. Is going to raise men, and those men, their aim is to protect the life and properties of Biafrans. So, and the same time I saw death coming. I saw people dying. In fact, what I saw in my dream, my sister, if I started today to be explaining, is very, how will I put it? Difficult to explain. And like what I told you, Waka Waka, like what I told Waka Waka now, like what I told her when she came in the morning. I was telling her that, hey, my sister, I dreamed, and my dream is my dream always comes true. Even if it did not come true this year, it may come true in 5 years or 7 years to come, or 3 years to come, or 4 years to come. But all I know is this dream must come true. I told him that our leader I saw our leader appearing in Israel. And after that, I saw our leader arrested again. Our leader was arrested again. The country where our leader was arrested again is a small country, but African country. Just I saw our leader, he was arrested and was about to be killed. Later on, I saw him on that dream that they later took him to Buhari. They brought our leader to Nigeria. And when they brought him to Nigeria, they took him to prison again. So I was telling this to her. She said, I told her that this is what will happen. Isn't that what I told you? So just, so look at, that it is going to be done, even if it is not this year, it will be next year, 2 years, 3 years to come. And after our leader was arrested, he was took to he was brought back to Nigeria, and after that everywhere started shaking. The world was silent for some seconds and started shaking to the extent that everybody started supporting Biafra. I saw our leader coming from the prison again, appearing with a Biafran flag. I saw Biafra coming, rejoicing, the people of Biafra rejoicing. But never forget that bloodshed will be done in Biafra land, whether good or bad. People will start killing themselves, more especially those soldiers that will be released will start fighting against the evil ones. And another group is going to be out. Those group that will be out will be those that will be, I mean, let me explain it. Kam so ya na asụsụ Igbo ịma na oyibo bịara abịa. Amachọrọ m oyibo na afịa marụ. So let me speak in the one you can understand. Group a bụ ndị na-aga pụta bụ ndị si n'ụlọ mkpọrọ pụta, ndị si n'ụlọ mkpọrọ pụta, ndị o megidere, ndị Nigeria gọọmenti megidere, ndị like ndị ka otu ngesi kpọọ ya, ndị na-enweghị nne na nna, na ndị polisi kpọrọ ha n'ike, ndị polisi akpọrọ ha mee ha arrest. So bohi ebubo ha tọcha afụfụ sọfacha from Nigeria government, from prison, emeche wee release ha gaza form zia group fight was against police and army. This is what I saw is going to be happen. Go and write it down. There are a group that is going to be out, and that group, their aim is to fight Nigerian military soldiers and military police, and their aim will be to kill any man on uniform. Write it down. My vision always come to pass. Just write it down. Today is 4th November, Saturday, 4th November, 2017. Go and mark my words. Waka waka, just write it down. Should in case of I die tomorrow, you just remember this my prophecy. Remember this is going to be done. You understand? But I like I'm saying it may not be this year, but next year, 2 years to come. So our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not die. He will live. And any human being that wish Nnamdi Kanu death, the person will die. You understand? Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will not die. He is the director. He is the leader. He is the one, the Moses of our time. So God choose him alone to restore Biafra. And he is going to restore Biafra. Just that people will die. Many will die. In this struggle, many people will die. You understand? Many people will die.
I've said it
but
also.
Most Biafra will be restored. Biafra. But I will ask you, don't trust anybody. Do not trust anyone. Do not trust anyone. In this struggle, don't trust anyone. Those who are the first is going to be the last. And those who are the last is going to be the first. What I mean on this, like you, Waka Waka, I know that.
Do you know that Waka Waka, the Waka Waka he is talking to, Waka Waka is dead. They poisoned her. He was passing this warning to them there. Be careful. They poisoned that Waka Waka. That Waka Waka, they poisoned her. She died. She died. In this Biafra movement, a lot of evil people infiltrated in a lot. Not be today, but those of us that know that we signed in with all our hearts, without any prejudice, without any selfish interest, but for the sake of Biafra, for the sake of our freedom, we put our lives on the line. And we have stand in the front line, knowing fully well that we can only see our motherland when Biafra is restored. Like me now, I will only see my fatherland and my motherland when Biafra is restored. That's the only when I will see my fatherland. Many. He was warning them here. Do not trust anybody. I want him to repeat it again. But one thing you must take to heart here is that there will be a lot of lies. That is why, if you be Sabo, beware. If you are not listening to us, if you are following this thing, I had to restore Biafra, but they are Fulani. Ngozi Orabueze is Fulani. If you are following Ngozi Orabueze, oh my God. If you are following Ngozi Orabueze, I guarantee you will fall into a ditch. If you are following Ngozi Orabueze up till now, the guarantee is that you will never see Biafra. Never. Never. Write it down. If you are still following Ngozi Orabueze, and anyone that have betrayed our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our prime minister, obviously, you know, they have betrayed, and you are still following them, I guarantee you, you will never see Biafra. Never. You know why? Ngozi have betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and has also betrayed our prime minister. Maybe some of you didn't remember that Ngozi betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ngozi lied and said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was planning to come to Finland to destroy our convention, which was a lie from the pit of hell. Ngozi had an issue, a case, and a misunderstanding with our prime minister. She carried it in mind and came to Finland to destroy the convention. And yet she's claiming that she declared Biafra, which was a lie. And Ngozi is working with Fulani to destroy our fundraising, to divide it. Because when she was in Finland there, she told them that money will not be her problem because she's working with Fulani. They promised her they will give her money. And she said money will not be her problem. Some of you that didn't know it, there are so many videos. I have all the evidence. All the evidence, I have all. All. Because me, I don't talk without evidence. I have all the evidence. And at the right time, we will be showing you all. I have all. Let me just quickly show you this one.
To use every available resources. Talk to the countries that are ready. A lot of countries are ready to back us up. So money may not really be a problem because we got it coming in huge. So money may not really be a problem because we got it coming in huge. Yes. So money may not really be a problem because we got it coming in huge.
She lied to you that money will not be your problem. But she was dividing the resources to defend our land and defend Biafra. Many, many, many evidence. Many, many. If you are still following this God-forsaken demonic woman, you will go to hell. Biafra you will not see. If you are still following this God-forsaken satanic Jezebel, you will go to hell. Biafra you will not see. Let me bring you back to the prophet so that he will finish his prophecy. He's warning them here. Do not trust anybody. Okay.
He is the one, the Moses of our time. So God chose him alone to restore Biafra. And he is going to restore Biafra. Just that people will die. Many will die. In this struggle, many people will die. You understand? Many people will die. But most Biafra will be restored. Biafra. But I will ask you, don't trust anybody. Do not trust anyone. Do not trust anyone. In this struggle, don't trust anyone. Those who are the first is going to be the last, and those who are the last is going to be the first. What I mean on this, like you, Waka Waka, I know that you are closer to our deputy leader, Mazu Chemofo.
Oh.
I know that you are closer to him, and you are closer to so many of our leaders. But please, what I will tell you today is play for your life. What I saw is very dangerous. Play and be careful. I don't want you.
That is Waka Waka. May her soul rest in peace. That's Waka Waka. That's a picture there. This man, you have seen very, very well. He already saw the betrayal of Uchemefo. He was warning and advising Waka Waka to be careful. But Waka Waka, maybe he did not get it very, very well. They gave her poison. They poisoned her. She died. That lady you are seeing there, Waka Waka is her name. She died. You poisoned her.
So many of our leaders. But please, what I will tell you today is play for your life. What I saw is very dangerous. Play and be careful. I don't want you to eat anyhow. I don't want you to follow people anyhow. Those that you trust will be those that will kill you. Be careful. Please, be very careful. People gossiping can never stop me from singing. It can never stop the restoration of Biafra to come. It can never stop our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But the best friend of Nnamdi Kanu is going to betray Nnamdi Kanu. Mark, this is a prophecy that came to my face right now. The best friend of Nnamdi Kanu is going to betray Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The only person that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu trusted is going to betray him. So it's better that he forge ahead. Even when it happens, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should not be afraid. He should continue. All we know is Biafra is going to be restored in our own time. There is no two ways about it. Biafra is going to be restored. And in that my dream.
Oh my God, I think that is the prophecy. Oh. My people. We'll leave it here. There are some of you, some of these things, you take it for granted. Some of you, sometimes when I talk about Ngozi Orabueze and I talk about Ogenkere, some of you, out of sentiment, you think there's something, maybe because of one thing or another. I'm telling you the truth. I am telling you nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. Good night, everyone. May Waka Waka's soul rest in peace. Yeah, Freedom said, Nnamdi Kanu's story is like that of the Bible Jesus. May the soul of Waka Waka rest in perfect peace. So, we're going to pray. I shared this video on my Facebook, Raphael Chamaka Jerry. You can go there and watch it again. Yeah, you can go there and watch it again if you want. Let's pray and then we'll go to sleep. Tomorrow is another day. We'll pray, we'll sing, and we'll sleep.
onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ karị anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji mma mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ ogwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi si gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwaanyị bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụ ikuni ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị iche ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mara onye ka a na-arịọ gị ise
I saw your question, Izuchuku. Say, please, Pastor Van, this man, is he still alive? Yes, he's alive. His name is Sampe Master. Sampe Master is his name. I don't know whether he still runs his Facebook account like that. What happened to him was that during the time of DOS, when they were doing saga with our prime minister, this guy was just neutral at a point. And our PM, Simon Ekpa, who is also a spiritual man, loved this guy very well, you know, because they were putting pressure on this guy because many Biafrans believe in the prophecy of this guy because all his prophecy comes to pass. He sees very well. I don't know whether he's still seeing the way he used to see that time because his prophecies then comes to pass. So everything he says comes to pass. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows him. So that time our prime minister have respect for him because of his prophetic grace and gift. And all these DOS people were putting pressure on him. Come and speak against Simon Ekpa. Come and speak against Simon Ekpa. Anytime he will make his post, he will say, and he will post and will say, I make this post for the genuine IPOB and the real ones, because he knew that there were corrupt ones there. And our PM was also supporting and sharing him and encouraging him until they put pressure on him. So he now mentioned the name of our PM and said something not pleasant about PM. Our PM got angry. You know, Simon Ekpa is also a spiritual man. He's also a prophet. Our PM got angry and told him, for listening to these God-forsaken liars and said what you are not supposed to say, from today you will no longer see again. Your eyes are blind. You will no longer receive any vision again. Believe it or not, after that time, we stopped hearing so much about this guy. Up to now, I don't know. This prophecy, it's something that he prophesied since. And you can see that they are coming to pass and they will yet come to pass, the last one of it. Because he prophesied that our leader was seen in Israel. And our leader was also seen in Israel. He prophesied that our leader will be picked up in an African country. And it happened the way he said it. Do you understand? He prophesied to Waka Waka that you should be careful that the person closer to him is the person that will kill her. And it happened the way he said it. I'm telling you. But this guy, when he obeyed and followed these DOS criminals, China Sanworo and the rest of them, people like Osoji followed them. And they now said something that was not true about our prime minister. Our prime minister revoked the eyes of sin, told him that for lying, saying what God did not tell you, you will no longer see. You will no longer see anything again. Everything about you will turn to shit. And honestly, eventually it became like that, the way our prime minister said it. Believe me, it became like that. That's why all these people that are fighting our prime minister have the heart of gold, the heart of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the same kind of heart. Our prime minister and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't lay curses on people for no reason. If they lay curse on you, it is for a very genuine reason. When I had issue with our prime minister, he never laid a curse on me. When I was saying things that were not pleasant about him, some of those videos some of you were seeing, he didn't pick offense because he knew I had a reason for doing it. That's why when his eyes opened about Nelly and he saw it, it was very easy for him to embrace me. Very, very easy. Because he knew that my heart is pure. And I'm genuine. Forget about all these people blackmailing me, trying to cancel me. All of them, you see all of them, they will all fall. All of them from A to Z. All. Because my mind is, you see, the day I broke eggs, I broke them out of a sincere heart to put things right and to put evil away. I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, those eggs are still working now. Because I did it out of a pure heart. Yes. I've never conspired against anybody. I've never thought evil about anybody. Our Prime Minister knows that very well. That's why till tomorrow, he's still working with me. I am the Minister of Information. I am the only one through whom he can want to pass information to Biafrans today. Even though some of these idiots want to cancel me, let them do what they want to do. At the end of the day, Ezioku Gadire. So that's why if you are standing upright, stand. Don't allow story, gossip to make you to change your mind. They use gossip to distract this guy. I don't know where he is now. Maybe he's a better person now. I hope he should be a better person now, because he had some health challenges, which I believe the Almighty God must have healed him now. I will try to look out and see if he's still running his Facebook page, because his name is Sampe Master. I don't know whether he's still Don. I think Don P or whatever. Another name he uses. He's on Facebook. Was on YouTube. It was on Facebook. So maybe you look out and check. Maybe you will see it. Sampe Master. Yeah. So that is it. Anyway, I was answering your question. Izuchukwu. The guy is still alive. He's still fine. I believe so. All right. Let us bless our night with this song, and then we'll go to sleep.
I will not see, not in the